Hello everyone. Welcome back to the video on my storytime and vlogging channel. Welcome back to another video on my vlogging and storytime channel. So anyways, let's get back to reading Soccer Duel by Matt Christopher on page 115, chapter 18. Man, you were amazing. That's the best I've ever seen you play, Eric Dornquist said to Bryce as they downed sports drinks at halftime. Bryce felt as if he were dreaming. All through the first half, he'd seen the whole field at once, as though he were hovering over it. Somehow he knew where to go, which way to dribble, when to fake, and when to bowl ahead. He'd been patient with the shots and unselfish in his passing. Yeah, I guess I played pretty good. The game's not over, Coach Hickey barked at him, but Bryce could see he was smiling. Keep your heads in it and we'll win it. He patted Bryce's shoulder. That's my boy, he said fondly. Bryce grinned. When play resumed, he focused his energy out onto the field, muscling the opposing players aside to get control of the ball. Once he had it, he passed it off to the midfielders to try to get open for the pass. Soon he was back in the groove. On the next play, he made a quick pass to Eric and scooted ahead to receive the return pass. He got there just in time and right near the goal. The shot was easy too, right past the goalie before he could even leave his feet. Bryce let out a whoop as he ran back to position to wait the start of play. Why had he been so worried all this time? Rennie Harding was an okay player, but put Bryce's best game against Rennie's and it was no contest. The final score was 6-2. Bryce had scored 3 goals instead of the other 3. This time it was he, not Rennie Harding, who was carried off the field on the shoulders of his teammates. Rennie had finished the day with 1 measly goal and 1 assist. They were even now. Each boy had 1 great game and 1 lousy one. Each team had beaten the other convincingly. The series was knotted at a game apiece, with everything riding on tomorrow's contest. It's going to be another blowout, Bryce told his teammates quietly as they gathered around the coach. Let's not get back to it now, Coach Hickey told his team. We've got the momentum, let's not give it up. Play the same game tomorrow as you did today, and we'll be the champions. The team gave a huge cheer that was echoed back to them by their fans. Bryce looked up into the stands, where all the parents were sitting. A lot of them were clapping encouragement, calling out their kids' names. Some of them were even waving to him, calling out his name, even though he wasn't their kid. That was nice, Bryce thought. They all cared about him because he was a good athlete, but they didn't really know him. Would they still like him if they did? Suddenly, Bryce found himself thinking about his dad. That long, dark, scraggly hair hanging straight down behind his ears. The smile with the deep-set eyes and the crooked teeth. He'd been such a good dad, a cool dad when Bryce was little. Now he hadn't had a phone call from him in almost 2 months and hadn't seen him in more than a year. Why had he gone? Bryce blinked back the tears, angry at himself for letting the memories overcome him. He should be celebrating, but instead he was down in the dumps. What did it matter if your parents weren't there to see how well you'd done? Hey, kid. Bryce turned around at the sound of the voice behind him. He knew that voice. It was Coach Harrelson. That was some mighty fine soccer you played out there today, he told Bryce. Bryce tried to say thanks, but nothing came out, so he just nodded. You seem pretty glum. Anything the matter? The coach asked, his brow furrowing. Bryce shook his head and smiled. Good, Coach Harrelson said. You should be proud of yourself today. Not many boys have your kind of talent. If you keep using your head the way you just did, I see great things in your future. Great things. He stuck out his hand. Bryce reached out and shook it. Thanks, sir, he managed to say. I'll be back to see you tomorrow. Good luck out there. The coach winked, then turned and walked away. Bryce was floating on air. He looked across the field and caught sight of Rennie walking away, looking down at the ground as he went. He was alone. Apparently his parents hadn't come to see him play either. To his surprise, Bryce found himself feeling sorry for Rennie and angry at himself for messing up what could have been a great friendship. Right then and there, he vowed that if he ever got the chance, he'd make Rennie see that he was sorry for having betrayed him. Okay, so that's chapter 18 of Soccer Duel with Matt Christopher, pages 115 119. Take care, everybody. Another video from my Storytime channel.